We vibing. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm big grilling. Just staring at my computer. Feeling a little winded, but we good. Oh. Same thing with my last video too. Like it kind of looked like I was sad in my last video. I wasn't. I'm trying not to be such a spurg, and I guess it makes me look like I'm sad. How do you be normal? How do people be normal? I don't know how to do it. Maybe Greg can help. Can you teach me how to be normal, Greg? Greg, he dead, he dead. Greg, well, Dag, he dead. Greg's been having fun outside. Yeah, I figure that's more in line with what people want to see. We've been doing some duds lately. Oh. Alright. Hungry. I also feel too lazy to cook, especially because the burgers aren't. I gotta open a package of ground beef. A freaking burger every day, dude. But yeah, the damage is already done, dude. Bro, Tim Pool. Oh my gosh, I follow Tim Pool on X. I feel like everything he says is so out of touch, man. Let's Tim Pool it. Let's not. Oh, I better wash this thing. It's getting pretty grody. Grody! You find yourself here on my side of town. Pray that you come to my door. You talk to me like you don't know what we ever fought about. Let's bike ride it. Judd Burger and Milton Dice. That's just how we roll. Me, Grok, and Milton are getting real close. Me, Grok, and Milton are like this. Oh, baby. Y'all know what time it is. It's beef time. 5 sets of 5, 155. Feeling alive. 165 for 3 reps. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. I got a PB on my 5K time today. Sub 28, bros. Safe to say it's not really an easy pace anymore, but whatever. We gotta push it. Push it to the limit. Where are my flipping scissors? Sipping on some scissor. There we go. Well, my freaking pay-per-view was kind of messed up, so I missed some of that fight. But, yeah, I posted that video. Because apparently, like, obviously, Piera won the 1st and the 5th. Obviously, Ankalev won the 3rd. No. The second and the fourth. The third round was the one that was really close. Well, this guy, the Weasel, broke it down strike by strike, and it kind of looks like Piera should have won. Barely. It was an extremely close fight. My impression when I watched it live, I kind of thought Ankalaev looked like he won. But, you know, he won 2 rounds very decisively. Piera won 2 rounds maybe a little bit less decisively. Third round was like almost dead even, bro. Gaethje fight was pretty good. I wanted to see Gaethje versus Dan Hooker. It's a shame that didn't go through, but yeah, Gaethje needed that win, so it's good he got it. I often fall asleep during UFC also. I usually fall asleep during the earlier fights and wake up just in time for like the fights I want to see. Maybe it's Maybelline. Gaethje sounded like Sean Strickland in his post-interview. Spear Gang! Boom. Beefing it. Man, it's tempting to do like a half-pound burger or freaking double third-pound burger. But we're sticking to the routine. And yeah, next grocery shop, I'm going to get chicken breasts instead of chicken thighs. Trying to get leaner, chuddies. I ordered some HMB. I got some HMB coming in the mail. Sounds like that's like a really underrated supplement that makes you stronger. Old people take it to like help with muscle degeneration. I mean, anybody, it's just a standard supplement you can buy, but it's very underrated. Pygmy is the channel that I was talking about. Yeah, he did a video where he tested it out and like he got really good results with it. Smear burger and sketty dice. Alright, let's burg it. Yep, I take creatine. I definitely like miss a day here and there, but every day that I take a shake, I take creatine. Sometimes, like, I won't have a protein shake, but I'll mix it up in some apple juice at night. We gotta get that creatine down, boys. Yeah, dude, I've been hearing so many good things about creatine lately. I didn't hear that, but fuck yeah, I'll take it. I'll chud it. Like, I was taking creatine all the way back in high school, and the way people talked about it like then is like, oh, you have to drink a shit ton of water, and if you don't work out enough, you'll get fat. But the way people are talking lately is just like literally everybody should take creatine. Like, there's no reason not to take creatine. I gotta tell you, man, I'm watching this sweetie, dude. She's like a quirk chungus. Have you guys heard that term? Quirk Chungus. Dude, a Quirk Chungus is kind of like the female equivalent to a Chud. We all gotta marry Quirk Chunguses, guys. Except for, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. This girl, Lily Kane. She does the carnivore diet. I think there's just supposed to be a balance, dude. Like, cutting out everything but carbs, that's not balanced. Carnivore's not balanced. I think I'm just kind of going back to a good old balanced diet, bro. Like, the stereotypical shit that people who go to the gym eat. Chicken breasts. It just, over time, everything just goes to, like, the standard that everybody eats. Low-fat ground beef. Chicken breasts, which are low-fat. If I wanted to be really low-fat, though, I wouldn't eat any ground beef at all. Like, even low-fat ground beef. But, you know, there's a boxer guy. He has, like, a small boxing channel on YouTube, but he's, like, pretty well recommended. He works with some legit guys. He says to do 1/3 everything. 1/3 carbs, 1/3 fat, 1/3 protein. I mean, that sounds pretty reasonable to me. It would get old fast. Like, dude, they just have, like, the dorkiest humor ever. They're just, like, really dorky girls. I've been watching that Girls with Autism versus Guys with Autism. I've been watching that, like, over and over, dude. I'm gonna watch that shit every day. And I love the video of that girl doing that. Everybody canceled her, though. The internet canceled that chick because they don't think she's really autistic. Your electric light. And then she's like, yee! She does like little sweetie autistic stuff. But apparently the internet thinks it's fake. She's like, yee! It's like, oh my gosh, he's such a sweetie. But then that guy, dude, that guy was so funny. If it's fake, based, real. Best of both worlds, dude. Just get a girl who, like, LARPs as being autistic. Women are starting to figure it out. If I just pretend to be autistic, that's how you bag a real chud. Ooh, back day tomorrow. I'm gonna try some floor rows. Like where the bar starts on the ground and then you row it up like explosively. I saw this guy at the gym. I've been kind of like trying to compete with this guy. He's way taller than me. And I'm starting to find out he's way stronger than me too. But I don't know, we're a little bit close. He's definitely stronger than me, but he's just got me wondering. It's like, could I do that? Could I do some of that shit? He was doing that with 225. He had 225 and he pulls it off the ground like, draw. I'm only now starting to get back to where I was on the barbell rows. I was up to like maybe 145, 155 on like pretty strict barbell rows. So I feel like maybe I could do those off the ground rows with like 185, maybe for like sets of 3 or something. Yeah, it's more of like an explosive row though. It's not like as strict a form. Trying to do more weight, explosive. They say for wrestling, you need some explosive back movements. Yeah, I'm going to be really careful with it. But explosive back movements are a little bit more rare. That's like a good explosive back movement. Yo, I got 26,000 impressions today on X. Let's go. Wrestling, breakdancing, chat arc, real. Yeah, shit, I want to keep that shadow wrestling going, man. Shadow wrestling is brutal, dude. That shit gets you really exhausted. Yeah, I'm kind of I got a little routine with it. I'm taking it serious. I'm trying to keep the growth flowing. Been doing good on likes. I got some comments that get a decent amount of likes. And there's certain people on there that I find I always get good reactions when I post on their shit. Like Syria Girl. There's this chick, Syria Girl, who just always posts about, like, the genocide happening in Syria. It's kind of sketchy to, like, grift off of somebody like that, but yeah, all my shit does pretty good. Dude, I feel like some of my tweets deserve more views, bro, but we're doing pretty good. Yeah, all she does is post dead children, but a lot of my comments get, like, well over 1,500 views on her channel. I get the idea that people aren't crazy about her. So what spaces is she in? What spaces does she go to? I keep trying to get Grimes' attention, dude. Dude, Grimes reminds me of myself, bros. It's not even that, like, I want to be with Grimes. What the fuck? That's so annoying, bro. It's so fucking annoying. I'm annoyed. I'm freaking annoyed. All right, anyway. I mean, I'd probably be down to skid it with Grimes, but she reminds me of myself, dude. Like, she's super creative, and then in all of her interviews, she's just a total fucking Spurgazoid Jr. Zagon. Okay, I'm gonna go follow him right now. So I started reading David Icke's book last night. Zaganel. Okay. I started reading David Icke's book, The Trap. It's got, like, a really long introduction where he tells his life story, and it's kind of cringe, dude. Like, on one hand, it's, like, easy to read. I'm back to that place where I want to read something that's easy so I can actually read a lot. I mean, I enjoyed reading it, but it was also kind of like, damn, dude, this is kind of like cringe, bad writing. Like, I could write like this. It made me think, like, maybe I should just give, like, a sloppy summary of my life story, because that's pretty much what it was. He gives this, like, sloppy summary of his life story. And he's like, oh, there was a bully in school, but I stood up to him. I mean, I don't know. Good for him. I'm kind of intrigued by David Icke, dude. And I brushed up on some Matthew North last night. I watched his video on Alex Jones and Joe Rogan. Dude, the main thing to remember about them, there's a company, I'll bet a lot of people have, like, heard of it passively, and you'd remember this company, called the Disinformation Company. It's a company called the Disinfo Company, and it's got, like, a little red devil for its symbol. That company published, like, Joe Rogan shit and Alex Jones stuff. It's a pretty interesting rabbit hole, bro. And if you really think about Joe Rogan's early career, like, he had a show on Sci-Fi Channel called Joe Rogan Questions Everything. And his whole thing was kind of like trying to make conspiracy theories look stupid. So, yeah. It definitely can kind of support the idea that people should be very wary of Joe Rogan and Alex Jones. But David Icke's pissing everybody off right now, dude. He is not drinking the Elon Musk, Donald Trump Kool-Aid. Bro, I had a dream I was just fucking chilling with Donald Trump last night. I had a dream I was like in a limo with Donald Trump. And then I was sitting at a table with him when he was about to get interviewed. And before the interview starts, dude, he called me like Crinky Jinky. He gave me he referred to me as like the nicknames that I give Wrinkles. He's like, okay, Crinky Jinky Rinky, like, try not to talk too much during this interview, all right? He kind of just told me to like not say anything. But the whole time I was like, wait, why am I like part of Trump's entourage? Like, I feel like I'm some sort of really important person, but what the fuck is going on? It's like, why am I like Trump's bodyguard or something? Like, what the hell is even going on? But yeah, I was like just hanging out with Trump and nobody seemed to question it. I had this fear. It's like, aren't people going to look over at me and be like, what the hell is this random guy doing with Trump during this interview? But yeah, that was the dream. Yeah, I was like Trump's secret handler or some shit, dude. It's like, okay, Crinky Rinky Jinky. Let's not say anything during the interview because, like, nobody gives a fuck about what you have to say. It's like, well, that makes sense. Come to think of it, what the hell am I even doing? I should have went lucid, dude. Dude, it seems like so impossible to have a lucid dream. Like, if that doesn't make me realize I'm dreaming, then there's just no shot. Like, I feel like I get really close to lucid dreaming. It's like, huh, this doesn't really make any sense. Oh, well. This doesn't really make any sense. Oh, well. It's still real life, though. Ooh, codename Kids Next Door. So I've been listening to a beat. I got a beat in my eyesights. I've had it in my eyesights for a long time, dude. And for a lot of songs, it ended up becoming songs, like, it's the same formula. I just listen to the beat over and over and over again. I never watched that show. It looks like maybe it could have been cool. I might have been a little bit too old by the time it came out. I don't know. I remember it coming out when I was in my old house, though. Interesting. Oh, so by the way, the comment that I left on Louis' tweet, where I let him know that I have a little bit of a following on YouTube, he liked that comment. So, I think that was his way of kind of trying to, like, smooth things over a little bit. Louis C.K. don't want to start beef with the Smear King. Oh, and I started the Joe Rogan podcast with Ian Carroll. I turned it off after like 10 minutes, dude. I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna watch this. This is just like kind of cringe. In the Father, Son, of the Holy Spirit. Bless the Lord for these gifts about you receive Christ bow just to my prayer. Amen. I don't really know what it was. It was just kind of like, I just felt like it was cringe. Every now and then there will be a good Joe Rogan podcast. You know what I like is the Fight Companions. The Fight Companions are awesome, dude. I love the energy of that group. Including Brendan Schaub, by the way. I should have talked about him in my video about cancel culture. The video, don't let the internet tell you who to hate. That was I can't remember if I talked about Brendan Schaub or not. Maybe I did. I mean, yeah, is this stand-up special funny? No, but I don't know why people have such a problem with Brendan Schaub, dude. I mean, maybe on his own he's kind of cringe. Maybe his podcast. I've never watched like The Fighter and the Kid. But I appreciate his input on The Fight Companion. I mean, he's a former UFC fighter, dude. He freaking knocked out Crow Cop. Like, dude's been around the block a little bit. Used to listen to Joe Rogan. Mike Tyson's really good. Duncan Trussell. Let's Duncan Trussell. I think that's him, dude. I'm pretty sure that's him. And it looks like he's becoming a Christian. Thank you, TB. Try him. Yeah. Got a PB on my 5K time today. 27:55. I shaved an entire minute off of my last 5K. It's all about pushing through the pain. Yeah, that's The Fighter and the Kid. You gotta watch that clip I posted on my X last night. What's that little Asian guy? Bobby something? Yo, that shit was so funny. I think maybe I posted it on my YouTube community too. No, I should post that on my community. It's called like the funniest moment in podcast history. And it's between little Bobby, whatever that little Asian guy, Brian Callen, and Brendan Schaub. Dude, it's freaking hilarious. It's pretty cheesy for me to be like, oh, dude, I try to fight like Mike Tyson. Obviously, I'm not a real fighter, but dude, the fact he was 5'10" and a heavyweight, and you know he fights regular. He's kind of like, the way his punches are, he's kind of built like a southpaw, but he fights regular. That's my same shit too. Sometimes I think about fighting southpaw, dude. Like Conor McGregor style, he has the freaking laser straight right left, or straight left. Like my straight left is probably better than my straight right. All my best punches are like my left hand. Pure CTE comedy. That clip really made me think I want to check out some more Bobby podcast moments. I've seen some other stories. Not Duncan Trussell. Who's the other guy? Ari Shaffir, dude. I saw the whole story about how Ari Shaffir like beat up Bobby Lee. That's who it is, Bobby Lee. Sounds like Ari Shaffir's kind of nuts, dude. And he drugged Bert Kreischer. He drugged Bert Kreischer with Molly. Shit, dude, I think I found my old stand-up routine. I made it in GarageBand and I put fake laughter behind it. Maybe I should post that shit on YouTube. Maybe I already did. I don't think I did, though. I think I showed people a long time ago. It would be so hard to do stand-up, bro. It would be so hard to do stand-up. That sounds kind of terrifying. Mad respect for stand-up comedians. Dragon Believer. Yep. Sam Tripoli. I'm not really familiar with that guy. I definitely heard his name a lot. And then I hear about Theo Vaughn like all the time. I've seen a couple of Theo Vaughn clips. What's his name from Jackass? Steve-O. His podcast was kind of cool. I watched a couple of Steve-O podcasts. He did one with Birdman. That's so random. Birdman. Dude, I got that freaking jersey coming. Let's go. I legit want to collect band jerseys. There's really not that many of them, though. I'm literally going to, like, try to get into some of the bands. Like, Agnostic Front has one. I've definitely heard of Agnostic Front. Like, I'll bet if I checked them out, I'd probably like them enough. Like, I'm literally just going to get into bands so I can wear their jersey. But I think that was like a trend in like the early 20s or early 2000s for hardcore bands to have band jerseys. I think that shit's so cool, dude. They're expensive, though. I think I could do stand-up. I definitely think I could do stand-up. But, yeah, it's an art form in and of itself. And I can't really imagine something more, like, terrifying than bombing on stage. That sounds, like, fucking terrible, dude. But, yeah, the skills that a comedian has... They make perfect glowy assets, bros. They make perfect glowy assets, and I would look. I mean, I'm doing it right on X. Like, the way I act on X is like, I think everybody's legit. But deep down, it's like, is Alex Jones really legit, dude? Is Joe Rogan really legit? And you got to think that David Icke is probably compromised too. But I don't know. Right now, David Icke also kind of seems like kind of a narcissist, dude. I don't know. I'm enjoying his book. I'm enjoying his book, like, getting out of his fucking introduction of his life story. But, yeah, like I said a while ago in my community tabs, I want to give David Icke a shot. Like, what the hell is this guy even about, dude? He's always been the freaking lizards guy. He's been like the reptilian elite guy. I think he's like really bitter, dude. I think he's really bitter that he's not like as famous as Joe Rogan and Alex Jones. But that tends to come with the territory, bro. I mean, I think he's right about what he's saying. He's kind of saying something similar to what Southern Israelite says, that like Trump, Elon, they're like technocratic, techno-fascist, AI, antichrist shit. I mean, and I don't know about that either. I'm just kind of neutral, dude. I consider multiple worldviews at the same time. I was thinking about making a video talking about optics I make a lot of Jewish jokes on X. Like, somebody's like, it's becoming a job to become a professional anti-Semite. So I post the Chad meme. I'm like, hello, I'm here for the job interview. I'm just being goofy, dude. I don't want people to think that I'm like super deep into that shit. I've always kind of had a soft spot for far right memes. And at the same time, like, do I not see the angle there? I mean, I just don't want to be on the forefront of it. I don't want people to think I'm on the forefront. Like, hey, everybody, let's all blame the Jews for everything. Like, that's not really what I'm about. I still think that they're the scapegoats, bro. It doesn't mean they don't have any blood on their hands. Dude. In summary, I think the Jesuits subverted all of the secret societies. And that maybe the secret societies were right, dude. Put it this way. I made the Gnostic Manifesto that I'm like, am I a Gnostic? I think it's interesting. The original secret societies were basically like Gnostics, but they're into a lot of other like fruity occult shit. Jesuits are servants of the Catholic Church. If you put all the pieces together, it's like the secret societies went underground to keep this kind of like Gnostic occult view alive. And they all got subverted by the Jesuits. Because the Jesuits are trying to fight for Catholic solidarity. So basically, like, the real shit is like Protestant Freemason United States was fighting for the age of reason. And the Catholic Church is kind of like the age of submission to a totalitarian system. This is the battle of reason. That's what I coined it last night. It's like the battle of reason, bro. The Catholic Church has been secretly trying to reestablish its control over everything. But I don't know, maybe Freemasons were always weird. It's just that you could say I have some like light right-hand path occult sympathies lately. Again. Remember when I told you about AI and you wrote it off as nothing? Now you're grifting on AI? What if I told you I don't even remember who you are at all? Remember me, dude? D-Scuff, man? I gotta tell you, dude. There's a lot of random people in my chat. Now, I know I told people that I have a photographic memory. I don't remember Discuff, man. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Discuff, man. I don't remember you, dude. It's over! Sato! But the Jesuits are kind of their own thing at the same time. So when I say it's the Catholic Church, that's not necessarily accurate. The Jesuits, some people could say that the Jesuits were subverted by something, but dude, I'm here all the time. Come on, man. Discuff, man. I guess I missed you, dude. Some people say, like, the Jesuits were the recycled Knights Templar. Now I'm starting to think that maybe the Knights Templar weren't even bad, dude. Like, the Knights Templar got killed in Inquisition by the Catholic Church. I heard that that was bullshit. Because they owed them money. Like, the Catholic Church owed the Templars money. So they're like, oh, actually, you're just a bunch of heretics, so we're not going to pay you. We're just going to kill you. So I kind of feel like the Knights Templars were based. I kind of feel like maybe a lot of the secret societies were based. Apparently, the Rosicrucians might not have even been real. Like there was Rosicrucian pamphlets. I don't know. That's what Grok told me. Like the Rosicrucians could have just been like an idea, and people could have said they were Rosicrucians, but there wasn't really. I don't know. It's confusing. There probably was really an order. I mean, they were like the most secretive because there's no confirmed ancient Rosicrucian, ancient like 1500s, 1600s. Well, I have double checked when it comes to the Rosicrucians, like it's a crapshoot. They're like these people were probably Rosicrucians, but nobody really knows. Um, Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon was Royal Society. He existed before Freemasonry, but then there's the idea that Freemasonry is older than people think. A lot of the pattern of history, guys, is people trying to escape from the Catholic Church. And it's hard to act like it wasn't kind of based initially, dude. But I'm kind of neutral. Like, before I ever became a Catholic, I was a Catholic basher, low hanging fruit, calling them pedophiles and stuff. And I'm trying to be respectful to everybody's worldview. I'm just kind of leaning in the direction where it's like, yeah, the Catholic Church is kind of like a system of control where everybody has to answer to priests. The Jesuits are all wrapped up in education. It's kind of how it's looking, dude. This loser, huh? Well, if I'm such a loser, dude, that's probably not going to bother you that you just got fucking banned. I don't even remember you, dude. So I guess everything you said was fucking bullshit because I don't even remember it. So. Dude, it was my idea for you to do AI stuff. Now, I will say that the Catholic Church is good for society. It's good for society, but that's a very interesting predicament. It's like, just because something's good for society, does that mean that it's the truth? And that's kind of the idea of the age of reason and the Enlightenment. And then people want to say, oh, the Enlightenment's what got us here. I mean, early enlightened United States didn't really seem to be about women's rights. The early Enlightenment was not about women's rights. I mean, you could say that it kind of went in that direction, but yeah. We're all halfway in, halfway out now. Society's basically already been enlightened. It's kind of like choosing to live inside of a matrix almost. Like, people have already been set free from the Catholic controlled society. Catholicism is pretty highly in line with fascism. Like, rad trad Catholicism is high in line with fascism. Mussolini was like in with the Catholic Church. And it just makes sense. It's very like everybody in their right place, everybody answering to the priests. It's a very organized, mechanical society. Problem is like priests can be corrupt. And everybody knows that. That goes back to the basic, you know, the sex scandal in the church, the pedophilia scandal in the church. I mean, unfortunately, priests are just people. And, I mean, some priests are amazing. A lot of priests are, but that system just heavily leans on people being perfect, dude. History has ended. Yeah, new historical age. Yeah, Tim Pool's take today was like reacting to some meme. Like, oh my gosh, leftists are admitting that they don't even want to work. And I was just like, dude, can you imagine not wanting to work a dead end job? Like 10 crying laugh faces. Let's fucking mega. Like, yeah, that's where we're at. Is like a lot of people don't want to work. A lot of people think society's fucking pointless now. And does that mean that it's right? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Just we have a very enlightened society now, man. According to just kind of Enlightenment stuff. Like, yeah, the Enlightenment basically set the mind free. People are like, do I want to believe in God? Do I want to be a Catholic? Do I think I have to answer to the priest? Do I think I have to get married? Do I think I need to work? And it's not good for society. The Enlightenment is not good for society. But what is society? Is what's best for society just the best? We the best music, DJ Khaled? Society's kind of like a scam. But yeah, when everybody just plays their part in the big scam, yeah, sure, priests are like sometimes being pedophiles and like sitting on top of a lot of wealth and taking advantage of their role in society. But everybody's in the right place, doing their functions, trying to live holy lives. And you know what? Sometimes maybe that's what's best. But in an enlightened society, people search for truth with reason. Science is a part of that. I'm not completely anti-science. But I don't know, dude. If a chud is like, wow, I'm a 5'5" chud, and all anybody really wants from me is for me to be a worker cog. And now the wages are so minuscule that actually peasants low key like we're better off. Peasants were like actually better off financially than the modern worker because they could have a family and they could actually fucking live. And now it's like, huh, a 5'5" guy, women don't want him. He's probably not going to be famous. And he can barely even fucking stay alive. And it's probably not that hard for him to get on benefits and to be a fucking leech on society. And it's just like, him being enlightened means nobody cares about me. Fuck you. And, oh, it's not good for society. We need all the hideous chuds to fucking be slaves. That's what's good for society. But what's good for the hideous chud is to say fuck society. So, what's more important, the individual enlightenment of a hideous chud or the mechanism of society? I'm starting to sound like Xavier the Renegade Angel. What doth life? Furtada. People only lead with responsibility. I'm just thinking it's over. There's no going back. Many Pandora's boxes have been opened, and they're just not going to be unopened. Basically, the Matrix is such a good metaphor because what the elite have to try to do is to submerge us into a matrix where we don't really realize we're under control. What's best for society is for the majority of people to be under control. And when it comes to entertainment and like being a celebrity, that used to be very micromanaged. Now we have people on the internet just saying, hey, you know what? I'm creative. I got a laptop. I got a camera. I'm going to try to be a celebrity. There's a lot more means for people to become famous than there used to be. But society full of influencers isn't really like good for society. Dude, that freaking girl who works for Trump, who's like wears the dresses and shit, she can get it, dude. Was her name Natalie Winters? She can freaking get it, dude. Dude, Pearl Davis is nasty. She's mean. She's bitter, mean, judgmental. Oh my god, Crackle City. I don't know, Duke. I don't know if I'm gonna stream much longer. I feel like that little rant we just had was pretty solid. We are under control. Real. Yeah, the stream's just under an hour. It's pretty juicy VOD. Burger had a nice little rant. Gribble diggy. Maybe I should start like labeling these streams. Because the stream is just called like, did somebody say burger time? But then we're having like an epic rant on Enlightenment versus society. Maybe I need to do clips again. I had a decent little run of shorts. I was paying for that program to generate YouTube shorts. All right, guys, I'm calling it there. Yeah, Pearl's very bitter and tall. Get roasted, talloid. I'm calling it there. Nice little cozy hour-long stream. Solid rant. Maybe I'll think about making clips again. Some guy on X is like sending me clips for my stream. If people want to do that, if people want to make clips for my channel, Like, if somebody wanted to clip this entire, like, educational discourse, that would be dope. I don't think we did that many 10-hour streams. There was, like, one. God bless, friendos. I will probably see you soon. Peace out.